Hello everybody, welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 with me, Biffa. Here we are in New Brewburgh, and today I would like to really build an old European feeling city centre type build surrounding a river with mass transit and really using the new German and French region packs that we've had over the past month. I'd like to get those integrated somehow. Yeah, and really like to get a river going through there. That is the plan. And we've got a piece of land that we've done nothing with so far. It has access to the highways, it's got access to a train line, but we need to get the river to run through it. And here is that piece of land. But just before we do that, let's take a look at Google Maps and see what sort of thing is going to be my inspiration. It's not going to be a direct copy. I don't enjoy copying things in real life, but my inspiration. Let's have a look. And just before we do that, a word from our sponsor, Instant Gaming. If you like saving money on games, Instant Gaming have fantastic deals on right now. Please use my affiliate link, you can see it on screen and it's in the pinned comment below. This link can be used for Steam, PlayStation or Xbox games too with amazing deals. Trending now is FC25. This is the game I play when I want to relax. We also have Frostpunk 2, a city building game where your citizen's life is literally in your hands. And then available for pre-order coming soon, Footy Manager 25. You want to manage your team, get down and dirty with the tactics, check this one out. Thank you for your support of my channel. Enjoy the gaming deals and let's get back to the video. So here we are. Let's take a look at Berlin. This came to mind because we've been looking a lot at the recent German pack that was released. And as we zoom in here, we can see the River Spree that runs through the middle, a lovely, nice, bendy river, and gives us lots and lots of options for riverside building, for bridges, for roads, for transit, all going through here. I think this will be a great idea. And if we just zoom in a little bit further, and I've turned off the labels and gone into 3D mode, I like these little extra islands that have been added at various places along here. It's going to take a few seconds just to load this up, but I'm seeing we could put some nice parks. I know these aren't necessarily nice parks, just strips of green, but we could put some parks, some benches, some stuff like that with some paths to get to. We've got these type of buildings which we're very familiar with now if you weren't in the past, all along the front, but mixed in with some more modern looking office type buildings as well. But we've got over here, we just swing around, yeah, these buildings here, this sort of old town look, I'm absolutely loving it with the different shaped roads. I mean, these are all built off what look like really old sort of stone roads as well. And you've got that all the way along, as well as parks and things all the way along this river front. If we go back the way we came, yeah, there we go. Some of these lovely corner looking buildings. These are like newer versions, aren't they, of the other ones? Then we're getting some industry added in here as well as we go further this way. Let's go back the other way. Yeah, and we get the really old buildings, nice little wharfs for the boats. And I like this little island here. If we just zoom out a little bit, there we go. So the water splits and goes around and heads off. And I like that option of building as well. Yeah, I'm just looking at all the streets. We've got a lot of grids over here, but I would like to sort of go for this type of shape a little bit more so we can really have fun with the corners and things like that. So that's what I'm taking as inspiration. So I'm going to take a few screenshots of that, but we need to head back to New Brewburgh, and I would say we need to get our river sorted out first. So here we go. Here's the piece of land that we're going to be working with. So as we said, we've got train access, we've got highway access. This highway through here may change. We'll see how things go, but this is the river that we're going to be building off, and it does sort of split a little bit. We've got some small islands over here, and if we go this way, it does split, but I'd like a connection between here, probably through here, and down here somewhere. We've got this little tiny, I don't know, little tiny stream, tributary, whatever you'd want to call that. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. Not the sort of thing I always do, but we're here to learn, we're here to push ourselves, enjoy things. So let's just see if I can get an interesting wavy river through the middle of this area. Okay, we're still paused at the moment. This is not finished by any stretch of the imagination. We've got the wiggles in there, which is what I wanted. I tried to sort of follow the terrain a bit and then realised over here I was cutting through a humongous piece of terrain. That is not in the squares that we're going to be building in, so I've sort of left that for now. This is more what I'm worried about. I'm just thinking we might smooth the edges down, widen it a little bit, and then let the water run through and see how it goes. That's an electric cable underground, I would imagine. Yeah, and then we'd need to do a lot of work over here to smooth things out. So yeah, let's maybe just see what we can do. Okay, even running that at 8 speed, that took absolutely ages and it still hasn't quite met up yet. Let's come out of that view and take a look. There we go. So it's getting there. It will meet up eventually. Unfortunately, it's sort of drying out this half until that's done. So you might just have to see how that goes. I could even just lower this a tiny bit. I feel like, let's have a look. That there, that sort of goes through. Yeah, we're losing a bit of height there. Anyway, we'll leave that to connect up and then we can start working on what else we want to do here. So I am thinking we want this to sort of split off as well. Let's just have a look. I mean, if it split off here and came round, we'd get a nice little island in the middle, which I think would be good. Okay, how are things looking now? I'm really liking this little extra island that we've got in the middle. I'm just wondering, do we want any more water to sort of come out and give us something to build around, or is that enough? I'm thinking up here in this section, we could maybe have this sort of come out as well and loop round, or maybe even at least try and follow the terrain and end up I don't want to unlock all of these squares, but yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll go with that for now and see how things pan out, and then eventually I'll get to sorting all this nonsense out down there. Oh dear, another accident. There's always accidents in this section over here. Do we not have any lights on the highway down here? Because that can always help, can't it? Let's get road services, let's get lights, let's upgrade these. No. There we go. We'll just do those little sections there. Hopefully that helps. Right, so let's have a look at laying out our roads here. I'm getting some nice, interesting shapes. Right, so I'm just looking at our road layout that we've got here. Now, the road that comes through this area here, Autumn Meadow, has already been downgraded to a 4-lane road, which is absolutely plenty. It then hits our square about that we've got here, down to a 4-lane road again. It splits here, which is fine, into sort of a faster highway road, which I might sort of leave up to here, but then this bit here up to this section here, I'm thinking of downgrading all of that as we have done the other side. So let me just do that. And of course, to help us with that, we're going to pick this street here. Yeah, and I'd like to get that right in the middle if we can. And I always find it very hard to know which one of these that I want to use to get that to happen. And it's the snap to zoning cell length one. So if we go out like this all the way along, I'm hoping that when we get to the other end, it'll all be nice and square. Not quite, not quite. So what we could do, if we can just get this over here and get that nice and flat, is we could use the Move It mods and just shiftify all of this over a bit to get it to line up. mean, it's not too bad, is it? We can monkey around with the rest of the roads if we need to. Let's put all the filters back on, set that back. Let's pick a that. Oh, actually, we don't need to pick a anything, because these two are going to go into there, which, yeah, let's keep those as the highway 2-lane roads going into here. I think that'll work the best. In fact, we probably could do with just trimming that back a little bit like that. Yep, there we go. That works. I know about the power cables. I'll sort those out. Don't worry. Yep, that's fine. And I'm just going to remove the traffic lights at that end. We don't need that. And we don't need that. Excellent. Let me just sort out the power cables. Okay, let's have a little look at our transit options that we could do going through here. I'm thinking for this island, I'd like a train station. We've got this train line that runs through here. And then we could bring it out this side and connect it up to this train station, this train line over there. I'm thinking for here, the medium train station will actually work quite well. Give us some options to build around it. I'm just going to place a road off of here so we at least get that at 90 degrees, and then we can work out how our road is going to sit and everything when we get there. Let's just get that over to the end. Yeah, something like that. And then if we grab our rail line, in fact, I'm just going to pick of that. There we go. And see what happens if we try and connect these up. Just looking at the height of the land we've got here, actually, that height there, is it that far off this height over here? Let's double check. I'll make that a lot smaller, maybe about 50. Yeah, so that height, if I have that curve around to here, looks about the same. That is not too far off, is it there? So we just stick a little platform there, and then we know what we're aiming for. And then let's do this. And I'm going to do this with a curve, and the whole thing is going to be elevated. So let's go like that. Oh, and there's an autosave. We'll have a quick sip of tea. Yeah, there we go. That should be fine. And then we can bring that down to a normal piece and get that to go into there. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. So that can swing off and go into here. And then from this side going out, where do we want to get to? Let's just maybe have a quick look here. I want to bring this under here. We do have space. So we can go like that. Yeah, that'll be good. And hopefully, let's have a look at the height. I think the height is a slight height difference from here to there, but we can definitely work on that. Let's bring this straight across here. I'm wondering whether to go up and over. I think that might be a good idea. Let's drop that down and we'll go up and over this road, as this is going to be a reasonably busy road going through here. There we go. How does that work? It's all looking a bit weird, isn't it? Probably because I've got that set, which I didn't mean to do. Let me try that again. Yeah, so the height that we're going down to up here is actually higher than down the bottom there, isn't it? So if we take that height, which is where I want to end up, we can get all of this island the same height. That would be very helpful. And then that's going to swing around and end up here. So let's just see what that is. I mean, that's not too bad, is it? Yeah, we can stick with what this was. There we go. Smoothing out. It's like I've never even touched it. Yeah, we're fine. I mean, that looks okay to me. Splits off there, so it's joining up with the main line going in that direction. I don't think we've got space if we want to join it the other way, but that's okay. Over the top, got a nice bridge, which is what we're going for. Want a lot of bridges. And then up and over here, we could work on that height a little bit. I don't know whether that's okay. For trucks, looks like it's perfectly fine. Excellent. And then what I'm going to do is actually take off that traffic light. There we go. Keep the main road going. We can work on that junction if we need to. Let's get some water and stuff hooked up here before we forget. So now we need to get our roads drawn in here to give us our interesting shapes. Now, what I'm finding difficult is a lot of this is all highway, isn't it? All the way around. So there's no sort of other roads to connect to give us that feeling of, well, if I draw across there, it connects to that roundabout and then to where. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to come off of this roundabout here, off of this highway junction. We've got these two over here, which I might sort of hook up with the bridge and a wiggly road, and then we can start connecting to that. And just basically see where we end up. We've got this road here, which could come out and go across in a bridge. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got. I've got to be honest, I was like procrastinating on doing this because even though I had the map of Berlin on my other screen, I'm thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And I just started placing down roads. I thought, we'll have a little road that runs along the coast, and then that's got to connect to something. So I brought that through there. I did this road along the coast here, and then went round, following the railway line, following the road at the top, following up there, and then that sort of came through. That was just natural to go behind that building. And then it's just placing roads. I know it sounds easy. I know a lot of people would struggle with this sort of thing, and then every time I see a block that just looks a little too big, I'll just add another little road in. And if we get these little quirks like that, I really don't mind. And this section through here, you can sort of see how where it used to be connected in the past, but it's been cut to let this sort of semi-highway road go through there. So for the intersection, they've cut those roads. Here, they've left them connected up. We could end up with roundabouts, all sorts on there. We'll see what happens. But I'm liking the layout of this. We may tweak it a bit more as we go along, depending on how big the blocks are. Every now and again, I'll see something like this. I'll pick a pick of the road and say, that block's too big. That's going to go like that. We may even end up making that a little bit smaller in a few places, but I'm liking it. I'm liking the way this looks. This down here feels like it could do with a little something in there, but we'll get to that. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? So we don't have many roads on here, but we'll come back to that. I think this is going to be a train and a park. That is the area that's going to be on there. One thing I do want to do along here is I am going to add some roundabouts. So let's just go through and do that. I'm going to use tree large roundabouts like so, and that would work a lot better if that wasn't like that. We'll come back to that one. I'm going to do a medium roundabout there, and it's just going to keep the main road flowing. In fact, where I can, don't need that, we'll pop in the big roundabouts. Let me just sort this out here. I want to upgrade this so it's flat. Central, is that going to do it? Like that? No, that's really not right, is it? Okay, let me just take all this out, delete that, and then we'll do this again. Yeah, that's not too bad. Bridge into there. Excellent. And do you know what? I like this size one so much. We're going to pop that there as well. So they've all got the same going all the way down. And I think that adds a little bit of something to the area as well. Yeah, nice. And then over on this side, we're going to do the same, because some of these roads might be upgraded to larger roads. Why is that one wanting to go over there? Oh, I see. That is all a little bit weird. I've got an extra bit of road in there I don't need. Let me sort that. That one's okay, but that could go somewhere else afterwards if we want to extend. But I definitely think you could see this as where New Brewburgh began, this area here, and then it slowly built up over time. They went over the river, they started building all these housing estates, the industry, and we started getting some high-rise buildings and that sort of thing. And then a bit later on, the huge university complex, the medical stuff, and then we really got the high-rise buildings over here coming up as well, because even this side over here, Autumn Meadows, could have looked like this originally, and then it was all upgraded over time to brand new spanking looking buildings. Right, let's actually place some buildings down. I'm just going to take a small little section. Maybe we'll just have a look at this little bit of section here and maybe the start of this island and see what we can do. Okay, let's dive into some of the German buildings that we've got. So we'll open Find It. So I've gone into the filter. I've gone up to building level 5 because along this section here, I want level 5 buildings, and they can get a little bit smaller as you go out. Maybe some more level 5 there. And then we'll plop a load of level 1s anyway, and they'll level up over time. But for this section, I want some larger buildings. So I want the mixed as well. So in the mixed section. So I'm thinking some like this one here. Let's just plop that one down and have a look. It says road required. How close to the roundabout does that need to be? Can I have the Move It mod, please? Thank you kindly. How close does that need to be? There. Oh, yeah. Is that okay? Have we not got water? Yes, there we go. So we could do that. Let's grab that one again. Let's pick a pick of it, actually. And could we do like a little square something here? Hey, there we go. What about that? That looks quite nice, doesn't it? A lot of fiddling around with the Move It mod to get those things lined up, but I'm quite liking that. And then we could fill in these little gaps around the front, couldn't we? Extend the surfaces, change the surfaces, do something like that. Okay, I feel like I want to do a little bit of plopping, and we're going to get, let's just concentrate on these 4 squares here, little grid sections, and see what we can do. So this is the fun of using lots that are all sorts of different shapes. I don't really want to adjust the road, but I'm trying to see if I can get these close enough down here to have connection to the road. Let's just move that one out of the way. That can go there, and then this can sort of overlap a little bit. We could even maybe bring these a little bit forward. So we just grab that one, that one, that one, that one. We go like that. We know we can fit something else in there, which then means we can bring that one out. Let's just set that the same height. There we go. And that can overlap a little bit. And then we can sort of work the angle back over here. And if we get a little bit of a wall, I don't mind so much because we can do something with that. Let me just fiddle a bit off camera and we'll see what we get. Yep, that's what we end up with. We change the corner piece over here. We've got a little road going in. Probably got some traffic lights to remove. No, we're fine. Got a little park and got this little car park, which I really like. It looks like they've got to pay for it, but I'm sort of counting it as parking for the people that live here. In fact, what we could do is remove that and remove that. Yeah, so it's just free parking for those that live here, and it's got a nice little fountain in there. We could add some trees and things. I think that looks like a nice little corner. Yeah, while we're building all this, of course, we need services, because services are going to come from such a distance. So let's set up a district here, and I think you all need to, well, I'd like to ask you to, politely, if you could come up with a district name for this area. So it's ended up being sort of European-esque. If you can come up with a cool name, Birdsong Mills, I quite like that, but yeah, let me know in the comments below. But then now we've got that area, any services we pop in here can be just for this area. I'm just thinking going back a little bit further for some services, maybe just this little block here. Some of them are going to be the French ones. I'm going to go for the full-on French hospital off this road here, if we can, which is, you know, similar European style of architecture. It doesn't clash, which is really good. And then we can build up around that as time goes on. Trash will leave. Oh, schools. Yeah, of course. Let's hang on with the schools until we've got more people living here. Firehouse. I absolutely love this German firehouse with the little thing on the top. Oh, man. Oh, look at that. That is just made for that little area there. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That's going to go there. Police as well. We're going to go for the headquarters. And let's find maybe a spot for that a little bit nearer. And we're going to upgrade this as well. Yeah, this is going to be facing the river. Definitely. That can go there. And we're going to add these upgrades because it extends this building right out, which again just looks fantastic along the waterfront there. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. And then let's have a quick look at the schools because, oh, what are these waiting for? A hearse. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at our death care. We do have the French crematorium. It's not huge. Is there another little one of the... Yeah, there is. Look, we could pop that in here. Is there any upgrades for that? There is. Additional space. We'll add that one. Is there any upgrades for this? It's like a little village, sort of like a little village church, doesn't it? And we can upgrade it. So let's do that, and there's plenty of space for it. Look at that. Hopefully your needs will get taken care of. And then the schools, let's take a look at the German one. So we've got the elementary school and the high school, which, I mean, this is getting sort of central-ish. I mean, if we put some here, then we're definitely going to have more over there, and we're definitely going to have more over here. But maybe this square here, although I did want that. Let's just zone this bit here. I did want this as DE mixed. Medium density. Let's just zone in some mix like that and see what that looks like. And then maybe we can just go one square back for the schools. Let's try this one here. So we've got the elementary school on this corner. Let's turn anarchy off. Let's plop it there, and then I'm going to use move it, and we're going to see how far back we can get. Sort of like that, and then we can work on the surfaces around there. And then this does have upgrades, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we'll add that, and we'll add that. And that looks like an impressive building on the corner. Very much so, very much so. And then we have the high school, which again, I'd like that to have its own little section. Maybe we could have that on this corner. And what I'm thinking with this one is to take that right back and see if we can angle it. And can I get that close enough for the road to go, yep, that's fine. No, I can't. Right, for now, we're going to just add an alley across here. And then later on, we'll come back and, oh, let me do that. There we go, thank you. And then later on, we can come back and we can adjust that alley to be the most beautiful alley you've ever seen. But for now, we'll do that. Have a few trees in the way, we'll sort those. And I'm going to add all the upgrades on there. And then we've got a nice little spot out the front for doing something interesting with as well. Slightly off kilter, that sort of slightly quirky lining up of stuff, but that really gives you the European vibe, doesn't it? Old European city vibe. I am loving it. What else could we add? Police station, we've got parks we'll come to. Yep, death care is being taken care of. Maybe right here, right opposite, we'll put some French offices in and just see what we get. I'm going to do that around the rest of this block, like so, because then we can sort of maneuver things around a bit with a move it mod, fill out any gaps that we've got, and I think that'll be good. And then this section here doesn't look too dissimilar to the shape of this over here. So what I'm thinking I might do is with the control copy mod, which is up here, there we go, is select all of these, and there we go, then control C, excellent. And then I might just see if we can sort of turn that around to fit this section, hopefully road access to most, and it gives us a good base. Yeah, this is more like a right angle up here, isn't it? Gives us a good base to work on. So that's as far back as that will go, and that's as far back as that will go, and it won't let me do it. Okay, let's put anarchy on and do it again. There we go, excellent. And then we can sort of fiddle around with the rest of these and come up with another little grid. Oh, there we go. That one took a bit of fiddling to get it right. I mean, once it's down and you look, I mean, you can see where some of them are overlapped, but it just sort of works if you don't look at the roofs too much. And even when you zoom out, I mean, it looks really, really good. And lots of space inside for parks, parking, trees, all that sort of good stuff. Well, good grief. I feel like I've done an absolute ton today, and there's so much more to do in this area. So in the next episode, yeah, I think we're going to get all of this finished. I'm so looking forward to that. And if you all enjoyed the start of our European area in New Brewburgh, a like is always appreciated. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.